Hi, in this video I'm looking at the Bourjois Smoky Stories, which is the Grey at Night eyeshadow palette, and I discovered this one on Amazon UK, and this was also a bestseller, and also can imagine why, because all of the Smoky Stories themes and also how they've chosen the colors are beautiful, and you can use those colors individually or create a beautiful look with it, especially a smoky eye. And so if you're having a look at the individual shadows, then starting off with the lightest one, which is perfect for a base, or you can use it as a highlighter. Now if you're looking at the grey shadow, it still has a bit of shimmer in it. You can use this one through the crease, on the main lid area or outer corner. And then for the darker shadow, this is also a beautiful shadow that you can use as liner or outer corner. And the glittery one is perfect for the last top on the main lid area or the inner corner as well. So those shadows are so individual, and you can place them on certain areas to achieve different looks. And so I'm going to show you one look that you can create with this beautiful palette. So I'm going to start with the base color, which I'm going to use all over the eyelid area. It's also kind of like a primer, and I'm using the lightest one, which is the white one, as well as a flat big eyeshadow brush so that I have a quick application. And as this one has a light shimmer in it, it also will help you to automatically highlight the brow bone area as well as the inner corner already a bit. So now I'm going into the grey shadow, which I'm going to use on my main lid area, and for that I'm going to use a crease brush, but you could also use a flat eyeshadow brush, whatever you personally prefer, to apply it on the main lid area. And I'm going to dig into this one. It still has a light shimmer in it, but this one also makes blending so easy. So I'm going to start off on the main lid area by dabbing it, and then once I've reached the crease, this is where I'm going to start blending the edges. Now eyeshadows with a little bit of a shimmer in it, or let's say a light sheen in it, are always a little bit easier to blend. Just because of the shimmer reflection, it won't show off as like harsh lines, and it's also not that difficult to blend rather than if you're going to use matte shadows. So now for the outer corner, which you also could use as a liner, I'm going to use the black shadow. While it still is a dark grey shadow, I'm going to use a rounded blending brush, which I can really get precisely towards the outer corner. Now keep in mind, the denser the brush, the more intensity you will get from the eyeshadow. If you're going to use a very soft eyeshadow brush, then you won't barely see any color on your eyelid area. And so I'm just going to dig into it a tiny bit, and then keeping the focus towards the outer corner and a slightly bit into the crease. Using the blending brush to soften any edges, which you can always use in between or just at the end to get everything nicely blended. And now for the last shade, which is the glittery shadow, I'm going to keep the focus towards the inner corner. But for example, if you're also going to use one shade only over the main lid area, you could also use the glitter on top of it to have a little bit of sparkle going on. And this is so beautiful as well. Now I also do have to say that those shadows have a little bit of fallout, but this is not a problem at all because you now can also go ahead and clean it right away, or you can also start with your eyes first, then clean up the fallout and then go into your base. Whatever way you personally prefer, it always will work and you will end up with a beautiful result. Now there's one thing that I personally do like about the fallout, and this is with the glitter. I place the glitter towards the inner corner, and because this one is kind of pressed but still loose, as you have to really press it on the lid area or inner corner if you want to make it stick. But there's always a little bit of glitter that will fall off. And this is also what I personally love the most and also find beautiful. I'm not going to clean up the glitter particles which are right here because it just will give you that beautiful smoky effect, as well as it also will be suitable with the makeup look that you've just created. I'm mainly going to clean up now the darker area right here where I have lost a bit of the shadow, but I'm going to keep the glitter. And there's also one key point that I can share with you, and this is if you're going to keep the base light, it's so easy to basically change any mistakes or basically clean up any mistakes, which is also, for example, now right here under the eyes. So I'm just going to use a makeup wipe to clean it up, and I've used concealer underneath, but this isn't a problem because I kept the base in general very light. So I have no problem going over with concealer again and just blend it in with my finger. Now just taking a bit of concealer, making sure that where you just swiped it off that it's going to dry, otherwise it won't stick. But to get the best result, you're just going to dab it in with your finger. Now I'm not going too close towards the inner corner because this is where the little glitter particles are, and I just love how this looks, as it will look even more blended, as it's like kind of a mistake that happened towards the inner corner because it's not like really into the focus towards the inner corner, but it's going down a little bit. And this is something that if I'm going to turn my head, it just gives that beautiful sparkle. And this is also how you can clean up any fallout, but just keep in mind that the glitter is beautiful underneath. Now I'm just going to finish off the eye makeup look with a bit of mascara. Now this is how you can create a beautiful eye makeup look with the Smoky Stories palettes, the Great and Night. And this is such a beautiful palette, it's not expensive, and you can create such a beautiful look with it. And those eyeshadows are so smooth that you won't have a problem with blending. And you can use either the applicator, your fingers, or any brushes, whatever you prefer, it always will turn out beautiful. Now I do hope that you enjoyed this little review as well as demonstration. If you did so, don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!